You have known Michael Saylor, both of you, for 20 years. And, he in fact helped kind of talk to you about Bitcoin and get you to realize the value prop. Now, Michael Saylor, he's always so tactful. He never likes to reveal personal conversations between him and the Trump family. Could you tell us what Michael Saylor said to you that finally got you thinking, maybe there is value here?
So Michael's been a great friend of mine. And by the way, everybody needs to give him a round of applause because he's great, truly one of the greatest. Bitcoin is so fortunate to have him. Crypto is so fortunate to have him. But he's truly one of the great spokespeople. But I've known Michael for 20 years, long before he even went down the Bitcoin route. We were friends from New York. But I was with him about a year ago. He goes, Eric, here's the play. You need to mortgage Mar-a-Lago right now. You need to take $2 billion out on Mar-a-Lago right now, and you need to go long Bitcoin. And I go, I don't know, if I mortgage my father's house right now, I'm not sure if he's, and by the way, he's a total Bitcoin maxi, but I'm not sure if he's going to be thrilled. But, the amazing thing about Michael Saylor is he is truly one of the most pure, incredible people. He tells everybody, including Mike, right, including Matt, including our entire team, he goes, guys, do what I'm doing. Do what I'm doing. There's such incredible opportunity. I've never seen that in any other industry where you have the titan of the industry that's literally advocating for smart people to compete against them. And that's how much Michael Saylor loves this industry. And I think all of us owe him a tremendous debt of gratitude because what he's done for all of us is tremendous.
I think that's more the beauty of Bitcoin's incentives. I mean, not to detract from the great Saylor and all the things that he's done, but the beauty of Bitcoin's incentives, that you are, as an adherent to the code, as a holder, you're incentivized to go out and proselytize to other people and say, hey, look, you're getting fucking scammed in every other monetary system. You should instead join this one that's honest, open, fair, transparent, incorruptible, a language in which lies cannot be told, all of that. You're recruiting them, come on in, the water's fine, guys. But you're actually serving their self-interest, right? It's like, yeah. I've tried to put it like this. In a world where no man can be trusted to talk anything other than his own book, Bitcoin is an open book.
I like that.
Right? Like we're all talking our own book all the time. We're doing it right now, right? Yep. You're paid to be here. I'm paid to be here. We're running a media company. So like all of our opinions are tilted towards that. But Bitcoin is this strange open source thing that all of our individual self-interest is exactly aligned with all of our collective self-interest across all space and across all time.
And isn't that a first for human history? Is there another example of that? Like where the interest of the individual is aligned with the collective? I mean, it seems like it's for the first time there's something that's of its magnitude that's not zero sum.
If gold and the internet had a baby, that's Bitcoin. And then the other example that I cite, obviously in my essay, is the number zero. It's like when so many people come together on a social construct or an ideological construct that benefits all network participants as more network participants join. You get the Metcalfe's law thing and all of this kicking into effect. But no, in money, I don't think we've ever had it. Gold would be the analog approximation of that. The problem with gold, of course, is that it's physically violable, right? You can be violent towards someone and steal their gold. And Bitcoin, although that is a thing right now in Bitcoin, right? There's been a rash of violence against Bitcoin holders and Bitcoin executives in these companies around the world. Like you do have to take custody very seriously. But when you take custody seriously, you can hold Bitcoin in a way that insulates you from that violence. And I think over the long run, this will diminish attacks. The $5 wrench attack is diminished by multi-key custody, basically.
Well, then elasticity of supply. The gold price tripled. A bunch of unprofitable miners are going to fire up bulldozers. Like gold was also much better before we had computers, satellites, and bulldozers.
Of course. Gold is analog Bitcoin.
So we have the American Bitcoin team up here. And, it's been about 2 months since the announcement of Hut 8, a Bitcoin mining company, joining up with the Trump's American...
Eric referred to his father as a Bitcoin maxi.
Yeah.
Yep.
I did hear that,
That's interesting.
Data center. And explain to me...
But he has Trump coin.
Right.
But he has Trump coin. Just so we can put the little
it seems that words are losing their meanings these days.
What's new since then, and what is like the business model. You're a little bit different from a normal mining company, correct? In that you're not just competing for the most hash rate ever, you're also competing for the most Bitcoin ever, kind of like a MicroStrategy.
Well, to your first question, we've been busy stacking sats. Our mandate at American Bitcoin is simple. We want to increase the Bitcoin per share for our shareholders, and we do this through a variety of ways. I think I actually mined my first Bitcoin before I had my first legal drink. I've been in the space for some time. I've seen the industry evolve. I've seen it scale. I've seen it institutionalize. We're known to be one of the most efficient, lowest cost operators. We've been doing it for a very long time. So we see Bitcoin mining as just a foundational layer of being able to accumulate more accretive Bitcoin for our shareholders at a discount to what the market can buy Bitcoin for, a significant discount. And then there's a value in the volatility of the stock. Usually volatility carries a negative connotation, but in here, it's the volatility that allows us to raise very low cost converts to even accelerate our accumulation of Bitcoin. But measure our success by increasing the Bitcoin per share for our shareholders. When you buy an ETF, it's always a ratio of 1. The value of Bitcoin will probably go up, but your ownership will always have a ratio of 1. At American Bitcoin, we're an actively managed company, and our aim, measure our success by increasing that static number year over year.
Translation, if it doesn't make sats, it doesn't make sense. Bitcoin is the new benchmark. However, people that are going to generate Bitcoin yield or whatever, you're taking counterparty risk, right? In this guy, in this company, execution risk, operational risk, et cetera. So keep that in mind.
Right.
Right? Don't put your whole fucking stack with a trust me, bro.
Well, and it's leverage. The convertible bonds, it's leverage. Taking on leverage.
So much risk.
Yeah.
That will be the benchmark, I think, in capitalism going forward. That's a real thing. But
the ARR of Bitcoin, effectively.
You call it whatever you want. It's basically cash flow in Bitcoin terms, basically, right? How do you turn one Bitcoin into 1.2 every year, or 1.1, or whatever the number is?
Yeah.
And so, although Bitcoin isn't technically considered cash widely yet, it will be. Right? That's what Bitcoin's monetization is. So this is the beginning of that process where people are using Bitcoin denominated gains as the benchmark for all activities. Like if it doesn't make sats, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. You know, I saw, and I'm going to botch the numbers, but I saw a video Matt Cratter did recently about Mara. I believe they have $40 billion worth of Bitcoin on the balance sheet. And Wall Street is valuing, I think the market cap for Mara is $40 billion. So their treasury is all that Wall Street really cares about. The underlying business, all the infrastructure, the mining, Wall Street isn't given any value to, which I found to be pretty interesting.
Interesting.
It's the Bitcoin. And it also sets the floor. If you have a Bitcoin treasury, it sets the floor for the value of your company.
Yeah, if you're trading, if a company's ever trading below its net asset value in Bitcoin terms, it's like, well, that's an obvious buy. Right?
Yeah.
But again, always keep in mind the risk you're taking.
Totally. Yeah, I mean, even Saylor will tell you, buy the Bitcoin. If you can't buy the Bitcoin, then there's other products we offer.
Exactly.
What I would say is that, to Mike's point, we are looking for ways to accumulate as much Bitcoin as fast as possible, right? So we're running lean, we're stacking sats via our mining operations, we're going to stack sites with accumulation. How do we maximize that balance sheet? How do we make sure that we're a leader in the space? How do we create data centers here in the United States? How do we use energy here in the United States? What can we do to make sure that if there's hash rate globally, we're making sure that at the end of the day, we're making sure the US stays a category leader in Bitcoin mining and in Bitcoin accumulation.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, click here to find more just like it, and here to find our most recent episode. Also, make sure to like this video to help shine light on the corruption of money, and be sure to subscribe to this channel to stay connected.